And now, Giants Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Hey, everybody. Glenn in for Eric. Lou is there. It is a Monday night. I can never find the intro music, but that's okay because Eric's not here anyway.
Tuesday night.
We haven't. Oh, is it Tuesday? Dude.
Tuesday night.
Dude, I was on the plane and got back, and I'm just trying to slide into the swing of things. And then a Tuesday night game, the Dodgers coming to town. I said on the morning show this morning, Lou, I said I was relaxed and I never had a better vacation. And then I look at the schedule and the freaking Dodgers are coming to town. Big win tonight. Welcome into Giants Sports Talk Live. Eric is on assignment. Actually, Eric was at the ballpark with me. Lou, you're a little under the weather, so I will try to carry us tonight, but I know you're going to chime in. You were watching it at home. Giants get on the ball early against Yamamoto, who was 2-1 to start the year. So I thought, I would consider him their ace now. And we came out of the gates flying, but that was it. We held on. I got to give my bouquet of the game to Roop. They only had 3 hits tonight, Luke. What did you see from your couch with your Vicks and your lozenges and your relaxed evening over at your place tonight?
I thought the Giants got off to a lead and held on for their life. No add-ons. They had 1 add-on, but only 2 hits after the first inning, and really, sort of tell you the truth, got lucky. I thought with 4 walks in the inning, the Dodgers could have done more. I thought they got a little help from the home plate umpire. Overall, it's sort of like the Giants just held on for, there you go. That sort of showed up because Dodgers just couldn't get the big hit. And, after this is now their 5th game in a row after playing 4 in Colorado, it showed. But, they got to get off a win now because they're going against Ohtani, the pitcher, tomorrow. So it was a good way to start off the homestand, and after a long road trip, I know they had yesterday off, but, after a big road trip, the first game at home is always the toughest. You finally come back, you're with your folks, you have a day off, you get back onto the time zone. So they survived, I think is the best way to say it. But, hey, a win against the Dodgers is like 2 wins, and Roop again, the ace of the staff. It's been nobody else. Our starting pitching's been a fiasco, and Roop's been the only one solid. And if you take away his 1 start this year and you take away his, I think it was second to last year, like his last 8 starts, his ERA is below 1. He's been phenomenal, and we're lucky we have him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, more so than just that little shamrock, a little luck tonight, I'll tell you why. Eric and I were at the game. There were some things that you must have noted on television. I saw, dude, I'm still mesmerized. Did you see the swing? Shohei Ohtani flicked his wrists, and he just missed a home run.
Yeah, that was his second at bat.
Flick of the wrist, Lou. Then later on in the game, the Giants couldn't. They were a little unlucky too because did you see the shot Schmidt? He went to the 415 club and it just did not go over the fence. So Giants could have scored more and didn't. Dodgers didn't score enough and they lose. But again, travel had to hurt them, Lou. They're coming off. I mean, this is a road trip that continues for them. They just took on a pesky little Colorado team. This was the one, though, at the end of the day, Lou, this is the one the Giants had to come out hard. You beat Yamamoto. That was, of all 3 games, this is the one you want to steal, isn't it?
Correct. And I thought they did. And, I got to give Eric's Devers with a big hit in the first. Nice
piece of hit.
Yeah. Again, the rest of the time he sort of looked like he didn't know what he was doing. I mean, one time he struck out on a ball where I don't even know if he was even ready for it. But it happens. But again, they got the victory, and really that's all that matters right now. And again, I think over the last, say, 10 games, the Giants wins have been ugly, but sometimes you need that. You need to just try to survive the first month of the season as we said, we knew the schedule was going to be brutal, and take every win you can get.
Yeah. Orange Man, thank you for welcoming me back. Good to be back, too. I'm telling you, I was up early. I got off the plane at like midnight, 1 o'clock, and then Eric's like, you're doing the morning show tomorrow. I'm like, geez, there's a right into the but I'll tell you, I was fired up for the show. Hope you guys will join us again tomorrow morning for our daily look around Major League Baseball. We're on every morning at 8 o'clock, Monday to Friday. Of course, in the postgame show, Eric, Lou, we break it down. Eric is driving back to Galt. He was at the game with me. It's a rare occasion we see an Eric sighting over at Oracle Park. Almost like a rare sighting, Lou. Enrique was at the game.
Enrique, the bartender from Tommy's, our sponsor. In fact, it was so funny. He texted me. He said, "Hey, Lou, how you feeling? I heard you couldn't make the game, but you're not going to believe who I saw." And I thought he was going to say some superstar, and he said, "Eric and Glenn from Giants SportsTalk Live." There he is.
There he is.
That was all he talked about. He said, "Hey, man, I saw your boy Glenn. I saw Eric and Glenn from Giants SportsTalk Live." So, it's been probably the first time you guys have seen each other since the meet and greet. But, it's always good when a sponsor sees us at the game. And, Eric.
True.
And, one of those things, Enrique is a great guy. Glenn, just so you know, while you were gone, one of our guys that saw our meet and greet online was from Hawaii, actually visited Tommy's while you were gone and went up and says, "Hey, where's Enrique?" And he goes, "Hey, what's up?" Met him. "Hey, I know you from the show. I wanted to come here. I try to plan this every time I come in from Hawaii." He was with his family of 6. He said hello to Enrique. Enrique gave him a free pitcher of margaritas, sat down. His family loved it, and couldn't have been better. So everything's working out with the sponsor, and it's good to see Enrique. And, Enrique has been pretty good over the last couple of years. He's probably like 14-6 in his last 20 games that he's gone to.
Is he going tomorrow?
He actually has to work. Usually it's Monday or Tuesday. So I know Monday the 4th he's going to be there because he actually purchased my tickets. So he'll be sitting in the front row. Yeah. So.
Well, it's not hard to use this term loosely, fall in love with, but he's a good kid. Good kid.
Hardworking
Easy
kid.
to get along with. You fall in love with that kid and hang out with him any day. Plus, he's a great host over there at Tommy's. If you want to visit them at Tommy's, it's a little early to get into the commercial. I got so much to talk about of this game tonight.
Let's talk about tonight.
All right. So we mentioned some of the things that didn't happen, some of the things that did happen. Were there any moments of the game that stood out to you in the 3-1 victory? A big win back at Oracle Park, Lou.
I thought throughout the day, again, I'm still trying to figure out the ABS system, but I thought the Giants sort of got lucky.
Dude, a sliver tonight. A sliver. Like a 10th or a 12th of an inch. Oh my God!
And Glenn,
listen? I know I don't want to interrupt you, Lou, but on that very topic, there was a lot of chatter in the stands, and a very valuable, a very intriguing question came up. Where does the computer do they do it? Is it picking it up at the front, the catcher's glove? Where is it registered? And I'm going to reach out to Major League Baseball tomorrow, Lou, and I'm going to ask them how that system works and where it registers.
I was going to ask you the same question because there were a couple where it's like, was that the same pitch? That wasn't on the square. And, I think, one of the things too is Bailey today was 0 for 2, wasn't even close. I think he was trying to help the pitcher. I think one thing about Roop tonight is he battled. He wasn't 100%, but he battled for the victory. And, I think one of the things too is, as we all know, the Giants got some horrible news where probably their hottest hitter, Susak, is going to be out for 10 days. And when they say 10 days, I think it's going to be more like 2 weeks. And it's sort of a gut punch. So now, we got Bailey coming again, who's going to be starting probably 90% of the games now. I mean, we're going to bring up a guy, but I think it's a huge loss. And as we know, Bailey today, did his usual, 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts and a walk. But I don't know this ABS. It's very bizarre because I watch it sometimes and I go, okay, It's not even close, and it just nicks it. And,
Mhm.
I just don't know, because I know the office is in New York. So, again, I'm not sure, Glenn. I think it's a good question. I don't know if it's over the plate. I don't know when it breaks the plate, if it's midway. I just don't know, because sometimes I watch it and I go, why are they doing it? Oh, they got lucky. So I just don't know, especially on some of these sliders or curveballs where the ball is sort of fading in or away. It's really hard to tell.
You're right, Lou. And the reason I'm bringing it up, I did hear chatter among the fans that were there. And I thought, hey, great topic of conversation with Lou tonight. You brought it up. So I
Yeah.
give you credit for that. But you got to remember, Lou, when you're seeing what we're seeing on the big scoreboard. And I got to applaud them because it's quick.
Very
this
quick.
isn't like a replay, whether you're waiting 10 minutes, you can take a commercial break. But you got to think of the plate. It's three-dimensional, Lou. And the shot you're getting on TV or our review, even the players, everybody's review, it's one-dimensional.
Yeah, great point.
So, like you said, I think, I give you credit too, because you bring up a great point of conversation to get on the show tonight. It's something that I'm going to look into. Yeah. I'm going to call Major League Baseball office tomorrow and say, I demand an answer.
Yeah,
and
I think a lot of
Lou Marston told me to call you, and you guys are going to tell me. So,
and I think, really, when you think about it, these teams only have two, so you really need to know when to use them. But I mean, there were a couple times where the Dodgers, in that one inning where they did score on 4 walks, the very last out I thought was a ball too, but the guy didn't use it. You only have 5 seconds. So you really got to think about it. But when you're up there batting on a 3-2 pitch, I mean, the ball literally it would have been another run for them. But again, it's a new system. I think the only advantage are some of these teams that have a lot of minor leaguers that are up because they experienced it all last year. But a lot of these pros, they'll just say, okay, they assume the umpire is right. When to me, I think the umpire is wrong a lot. But, I thought, again, today, the big thing is the Giants only had 8 strikeouts, and there were more later. But the other thing, too, that, Glenn, I thought that really stood out was the play with Lee. I was a little confused why he tried to go home. And then on TV, it looked really bad on the slide where maybe he might have hurt himself. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you've heard of the lower body injuries. He could have suffered one because he was full of dirt, the slide itself, but he could have suffered an upper body. He twisted him. He was so discombobulated.
He was like a pretzel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Lou. I don't know, from our seats, so we were sitting behind third base. We were sitting down the line. And you know how you lose the judgment of the depth perception. Now, on television, when you got to see the replay, did he slide late? It looked to me like he slid late. He just didn't know whether it was how to slide or when to slide, or maybe he knew he was going to be out and he was afraid of getting pounded because Lou, they had the ball almost to second base when he rounded third. I said, what is he doing? Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he tried to almost go in with the opposite hand, but it was sort of an ugly situation where, to tell you the truth, even the announcer said, is he okay? Yeah. Because he literally slid on his buttocks, back, and everything, trying to get it, but it wasn't even close. So
we saw him do that earlier. Do you remember the slide? He used that similar slide he went in lower, obviously, in third base, but 2 weeks ago. Do you remember that one? And he got called up because just his fingernails come off the back. He had beaten the throw. But you're gonna get hurt doing things like that.
Yeah. And
sometimes you gotta take the loss for the team and move on, and because dude, we can't get any more injuries to this ball club. We're struggling to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't have them dropping like flies. Something that I thought was very, very pivotal. Not just Roop battling tonight. Thought the bullpen was great. Eric's favorite player, Baruki, he came in. I thought Miller did Miller things. I like Miller time over at Oracle Park. And I see that. Was it Sean Burke? Sean Burke brings up a good point. When Miller was in, striking out Tucker, he made Tucker look foolish. You know what? We all looked at each other at the stands tonight, Lou. I go, oh, my God, he looked like Bailey with that swing. He didn't know what to do. He was just flailing. So that was a big out late in the game.
I thought that was a great move by Tony V because Gage walked with 2 outs. He was frustrated, but you got to put your best in. Gage didn't have it. He walked the guy with 2 outs. You got Tucker and Ohtani coming up. So you had to do what you had to do. And, I thought also today all the pitchers really handled Ohtani well.
Yeah.
Even the play when Ohtani got out where he just flicked his wrist and almost still hit it out. The ball was still like 2 feet outside. So I thought the Giants pitchers pitched well tonight. Unlike a lot of our other starters, but it's one of those things. Like I said, they got the lead and they held on for their life, and they got the win. And really, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and again, going up against Yamamoto to enter a series with the Dodgers, Lou, and I got to tell you, on the mornings today, I was thinking this could be a sweep, Lou. We could be talking about what a 9-16 team. Well, here we are. We're into double digits in the win column, so we'll take that. And I said we're kind of ahead of pace. Remember, I had them at
a little bit, yeah.
I had them at 10-20, Lou. And so they pick up their 10th win of the year tonight. Big outing at home.
I think the Giants, you're really going to see if this offense can really do it because, hey, they got 3 runs tonight, but they go against a stud tomorrow. They go against Tyler Glasswall, excuse me, on Thursday. And then Miami's 2 best pitchers are pitching Friday and Saturday. So literally 5 straight games against quality pitching. And the one thing about the Giants is they've had trouble against quality starters, and they've been doing great against guys that just sort of throw crap up there. And they've been hitting. That's where, they get the 7 runs on 13 hits. So we're going to see, in this ballpark tonight too. I thought you were out there. I mean, it rained. It seemed windy. I know that Casey hit one that I thought was going to be out that literally, fell short of the 400. So it's one of those things where the Giants are going to they're going to struggle to score runs. So let's see what type of team we have.
Tell you what a weird night it was, Lou.
Yeah.
It's almost like the air was dingy. It was dark. It was just and then we had that Lou, we were getting the game in quite nicely. And all of a sudden the heavens opened and I thought, and everybody bailed. I said, I'm already wet. I'm staying here.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm waiting. I'm watching the game. My new hat was like, see the light purple? It was like a dark purple by 10 seconds after the heavens opened. But I just thought that it was weird, the fact, I don't think I've ever seen this. At the end of the game tonight, Lou, you could almost judge the 8th and 9th inning by the seagulls. There were no seagulls. When the birds and rats leave the ship, there's no, something bad's happening, but we did win. Yeah. And I want to take a look and see what else is happening around Major League Baseball in just a second. Eric Romo driving back to Galt, California. He was at Oracle Park, a rare sighting. And an Enrique sighting on the very same night. Oh, my God, what a night at Oracle Park. And the Giants win by a score of 3-1. We'll take a break. Remind you tonight's broadcast of Giants Sports Talk Live with salty Lou Marcy. Even when we win, he's salty, but he's under the weather, so I'm going to give him some benefit of the doubt tonight. And I am your host, Glenn, in for Eric. It's going to be a whole lot of fun the rest of the way. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by our good friends at Tommy's. Take it away. All right, welcome back into it. My name is Glenn. Lou Marsden is our featured guest appearance. So you're no longer a guest. I got to stop saying that because...
one of these days on the opener that I know we didn't do, they might even mention me in the opener one of these days by the end of the season. That's my hope.
I don't know if it's in the budget yet. I'm going to have to talk to upper management, Lou.
I got it. No problem.
My hands are tied. Before we get into what else is happening around Major League Baseball, I know that Armand, who's been missing in action, I know why now, because I think we've had it rough. The Mets lost again tonight. Mark, I feel your pain if he's still in the chat. He was in earlier, and he goes, what are we doing here? Those Mets fans are struggling. But, Lou, you're a big music aficionado. I look up to you musically, and you like a little retro television. I'll take you back in time. I mentioned this morning on the show if you caught any of it. So Bernice and I are out for a stroll in Hawaii the other day, and we're passing this construction site, Lou. And I look down, and I see a tiki. I think the Brady's put it back. So I took it, and it's supposed to bring you bad luck, but I say it's because of my tiki that we won tonight. We just might go on to have a big series. So I want to thank my tiki for all the way Hawaii that I found, and I just smuggled out of that state. And now he's here in California. And Bernice says, my God, it's uncanny. She said, kind of looks like me. So I don't know. Well, I'm going to say
that was when Greg, the older brother of the Bradys, got it for good luck when Bobby told him to put it on. He had that horrible accident surfing.
Yeah.
They discovered that it had bad luck and they had to put it back in the cave. You know, growing up, the Brady Bunch was always one of my favorites. You know,
Alice threw it her back.
Of course.
And Bobby had to run in with the big spider.
Yep, the big spider,
They had to find the little cave and took it back. Remember the big tiki. Oliver was there. Remember?
Oh God, Oliver. He was probably on 5 or 6 shows.
No,
the great Oliver. You can't blame Jan for everything. But yeah, or
not
Cindy. But it was that was a great episode. I do remember that
3-parter.
Boy, that was rare. Yeah.
Yep, 3-parter. Anyway, that's a classic, almost like Fonzie jumping the shark, wasn't it?
Of course.
Hey,
I remember that. Everything with the spider now. I remember that. There were so many episodes toward the tiki.
Yeah. And I also believe, didn't they lose Bobby or one of the Bradys had the canister and lost the plans for the read? It was a business trip.
Popped out.
Yep.
It popped out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, we're taking a trip down memory lane. The guy, usually Eric and I are talking about Little House on the Prairie or Highway to Heaven. Tonight we're taking you back with a little Brady Bunch. All right. I am going to, let's see. We don't usually run the intro music for this, so maybe it's an opportunity, Lou. Let me see if we have the...
And now, today's Giants in Review on Giants Sports Talk Live.
All right, it was a busy day in Major League Baseball, Lou, so let's take a look at some of the other games that were played, and I will bring them up on the score here. So Houston, what a wild game. Cleveland beat Houston 11-10 there. I didn't see any of that because I was over at the ballpark. I didn't see much of the action, I got to admit, Lou. Did you catch any of that game? That looks like a wild one.
I did. Houston.
Or actually, it's the hits. I beg your pardon. It was the hits, 11-10. But final score was 8-5. Cleveland.
Yeah, Houston was up early, and then Cleveland came back. Sort of a crazy game. I think, one of the things that I like on Tuesday night is the MLB has big innings. So until they have the game for the first 3 hours of action, they show 4 games at once and go back and forth. So I
Milwaukee
see that.
Brewers. Oh, by the way, let me go back to that game. What I did notice was Cleveland. They want it going away. Look at that 8th inning, 6 runs to run with that one.
Yeah, and then Milwaukee before that, the Reds. Wasn't their game before that Cincinnati?
There it is, Cincinnati Reds. They lost to the Rays 4-1.
No, you got that was Monday's game.
Well, why is this saying it's today's game? Tuesday. No, there it is. Tuesday, April 21st. Luke, can you see it on the screen?
Reds won 12-6.
What am I? I'm all confused here. All right, let's. Oh, I'm looking at 4. See, this is a different layout, Lou.
Yeah.
I thought of you when I saw this one because you look on the right. I'm getting you all set up for the next game. I got all the props going. Anyway, let's just quickly run through these for all you guys at home. If you're a fan of another team, we appreciate having you here. Tuning into Giants Sports Talk Live after the Giants 3-1 victory, opening up.
And the only reason why I bring up the Reds since we left, Cincinnati. They have scored now 6 runs on for 6 straight games. So
Yep.
Cincinnati's starting to go, and then we'll go right to the Brewers. Brewers in Detroit. So it was Cincinnati beating Tampa Bay at Tampa Bay 12-6.
12-4, Milwaukee. And St. Louis, a 5-3 win over the Miami Marlins. Washington. See, we leave, and now all of a sudden the Curly W's are winning 11-4 over the Atlanta Braves. Anytime you beat the Braves, I saw a program today. They were like, oh, my God, did that team ever lose? Because the Braves are looking good early in the year, Lou.
Yep.
And they got a couple of cast-offs. Jeez, if I was Buster Posey, I'd be begging to get some of the guys we got rid of back.
I know.
The Yankees, they blanked Boston 4-0. That game was played at Fenway Park. I'm going to skip that one and come back to it because that's juicy, especially here on our show. Kansas City over the Baltimore Orioles 6-5. The final 7-4. Cubs beat the Phillies. Phillies are struggling, Lou. Pittsburgh, they were beaten by Texas 5-1. And in a late game, look at that. San Diego, they beat Colorado. Colorado, man, they're playing a lot more young players. They're comers. 1-0 Padres. They hold on for the win. Blue Jays on the West Coast 4-2 win in Anaheim. And the White Sox, another home run from Murakami. He's a beast, man. That guy. Giants could have had him for next to nothing. God, why do we not take risk? 11-5. Lou always says we play it too safe. And 5-2. The Oakland, Sacramento, LA, Las Vegas, A's. I can't keep track of them. One game I wanted to go back here. Let's talk about this. You know a little bit about this one, I think. 5-3. Did the Twins come back and beat the Mets?
They did.
What happened?
It started off great. It was 3-0 to begin with. They were starting to say the streak is over, and then reality hit.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And it was, it's sort of crazy because it was 3-0, then 3-2, then 3-3, and as we know, the Mets lost their closer to the Dodgers, who now is done basically for 3 months, and their closer came in, Williams, and just couldn't get anybody out, and they were happy at home. This was the first game after a long road trip, and it was an ugly situation, and it's getting really bad when, it's now, guys, you got to remember, it's now 12 straight losses for New York. They originally were 7-4, and now they're 7-16 and 3-7 at home. It's getting bad. They were booing them. The rumor was that the new manager wasn't even going to make it home for this, but it is getting awful, awful. And this is why baseball is so, when it's early, you can't win a division, but you can surely lose it. And, the way the Mets are going now, Armand might have to jump ship, and the Mets are going to have to do something because it's complete disaster right now.
Yeah, we got to do a welfare check. I hope he's okay. Anybody checking in on Armand? I haven't even seen him in our chat lately, and I know Mark, he's maybe a little more stable. He's just doing this. He's like, I don't know what to think. They've only got 7 wins this year, and they find new ways to lose every day. They got some talent there. I don't know what's going on. I thought we had it bad, Lou. But again, the Mets are having their difficulties. And there it is. Let's savor it. San Francisco, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Dodgers, 1 run, 3 hits, and an error. Dodgers got their lone run, not even offensively, if you want to call it that. It was walked in. So really did a good job shutting down those bats tonight. And that is a look around Major League Baseball in its totality for today. So again, the Giants win the opener. This is a big, Lou, I can't understate this. This is a huge win. Huge win. And like I said, survived. I think it's the best way to describe it because I was worried. And if you look at the super chat, JB from Down Under, he basically said exactly the way we feel. Armand was in the chat on foul territory. Oh, well, at least he's alive. He bailed on us. He's like, I got enough. He's tired of the Giants show because he says, I got enough of my own problems.
Yeah. But I think JB brings it up. There was everything happened. Basically the batting virtually was absent. I agree after the second inning on, but the bottom of the 7th, Good Lord, great pitching, great effort. And, again, an ugly loss would have been horrible, but we'll take an ugly win anytime, especially against the Dodgers and to start a homestand. It's sort of funny. We start a road trip, we get a win. We start homestands, you got to get the win because, like I said, it is not easy. This schedule is not easy, and we got to get all the wins we can. And I think it's important.
Huge win. Great way to start things off. And Lou, we've been so talkative. I'm quite literally excited about tonight's game. Having been there, beating the Dodgers.
Lou, how was the vibe at the ballpark? I mean, I heard LA a lot.
Dude, there were a lot of LA fans. Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
A lot of LA fans. I don't know if the Orange Man was there. Orange Man's in the chat. He would have gotten home too early, so I guess he missed out on tonight's show. But something I want to go to right now, before we forget, Lou, maybe I can turn our attention to this. JB, a lot of the luck of the Irish, perhaps, involved in the 3-1 win. Batting virtually absent from the second inning onward. I got to agree there. Bottom of the seventh, good Lord, great pitching effort, though. I thought the bullpen did a great job. You know what? The Giants did just enough to get by and get the win, and you beat a good Dodger team. So at the end of the day, you beat the Dodgers. You know what? When we play the Dodgers, Lou, I don't care how. I just want 3 outs, the Pat Lady has sung, and we win.
I agree. I think it's important.
Are you allowed to say Pat Lady's thing anymore?
No, you can say it. And I think the key thing about this game, too, is Roop did whatever it could to get the W. He pitched his 5 innings. He survived. But, I thought Eric Miller and Wynn were amazing. And I got to give credit, the save to Ryan Walker. I thought tonight, which was unique, he didn't throw his slurve or whatever thing else. It was all fastballs. So you have these batters that are so used to that Frisbee, all fastballs. He got him in. That's the key, And again, 1, 2, 3. Because if you remember, Ohtani was batting 4th. So as long as we didn't have to face Ohtani, that's all Walker had to do. He got, 3 up, 3 down. Game's over. Send everybody home happy.
JB, who comes in, we really do appreciate all the super chats you guys send in because, it takes a little bit to run the channel, keeps the lights on, as I like to say here at the program. JB, appreciate it. He also bounced back a few minutes later, Lou, with this. Vitello managing the bullpen really well. You touched on it earlier in the show.
Yeah, I thought it was key. Getting Gage out there. You got to put somebody that has done it before. And I think with Eric Miller, he's our left specialist. Just like I think somebody that I've really been impressed all season has been Wynn. Wynn comes in, and I think he's our future ninth inning guy because his stuff is filthy. And he came in, boom, like usual. And, if you look at for the year, he's been phenomenal. His ERA is below 3 now. And the bullpen, that's phenomenal. And, if these guys – I think it's sort of funny. We thought our strong point was going to be our starters. Our starters, except for Roop, have been very erratic. Very erratic.
Yeah.
They're pitching 4 innings, 5 innings. They're getting hit. I'd see our chat doesn't talk about Webb being the Cy Young like usual. He's been very erratic. And I don't want to blame the WBC anymore because that, it's been over. But I think our bullpen's sort of been our strong point. And I think it's we're lucky that our bullpen's been doing so well. Hello, Orange Man.
Yeah, he's in the house. So.
Yeah, so I think it's, we got to give quality where it's at. And, I think, hey, tonight the Giants made the Dodgers pay for Yamamoto's, control. He was all over the place. As you know, most starters have problems in the first inning, and the Giants made him pay. I would have liked a few more runs in the first, but at least we got 3. And that really sort of started the whole chain for the game. From the Ohtani strikeout where it sounded like the crowd was going crazy to scoring 3 runs in the first, And again, we've been talking about this. When the Giants get the lead, they're a different team when they don't have to come from behind. And they did that tonight. So I think it's one of those things we got to commend the team for surviving. But again, it's going to be tough for tomorrow and going to be tough on Thursday.
Your
Ohtani,
number
if you
one
guys look,
source
Ohtani's
for
2-0
Giant
with an
sports
ERA
talk
of
and
0.50.
debate. Always has been, always will be. Giant Sports Talk Live.
Tomorrow, Maley. I still, dude, it depends on what comes out of my mouth any given day. So Tyler pitches tomorrow against Ohtani. Ohtani, I always think of him as the hitter, Lou. I always think of him as the hitter. He's 2-0 this season. He gets the job done.
Oh, yeah.
I've mentioned to Eric a few times. I don't know if you were in the show. I thought back, I think it was 2 seasons ago, Lou. I was watching a game, or maybe it was 3. His last season as an Angel. It may have been one of his last starts as an Angel. He almost tossed a no-hitter, Lou. I watched it on the TV. So
I remember that.
The guy's good. And up against Maley, I'm at 0-3. I just don't know what to expect against, the way he pitches against a Dodger team. Now, how often, Lou? And I don't want to, I want to savor the win, Lou, but let's be realistic. This Dodger team they had 3 hits tonight. What happens tomorrow, Lou? What happens tomorrow, Lou?
The Giants are going to have to somehow try to put up a crooked number again. The other thing, too, is, Glenn, I don't know if you saw last time Ohtani pitched.
Oh, we lost Lou. Lou's having a little problem. Lou's going to regroup. We lost Lou there, so we will bring Lou back in just a moment. We're going to drop a peg. Well, I'm going to get Lou in a second. Lou will bounce back. He's no Lou Marsden, but his name is Chardal. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Glenn, how's it going tonight?
Oh, you're having some troubles, too. It might be – were you having StreamYard problems, guys? Are you okay there, Chardal?
I'm good. I'm having no problems.
Turn down your volume on your end. I'm getting a lot of feedback from you, so I'm having problems with you there, or I'm going to have to let you go because we're having problems there. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, quickly, less than a minute. Tell me what you think of the game tonight.
So the Giants took down the Dodgers 3-1 in Game 1 of this 3-game series. I think the Giants came off on a good start. They scored 3 runs right off the bat. Then Dodgers came in and scored 1 run, but it was a good game overall. It was a very entertaining game.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but I had to let you go because you got some problems there on your end, and that is not on my end. You got some problems there. Lou, are you with me, Lou?
Yeah, I'm here. Glenn, the one thing I did want to ask,
Lou, everybody's
last time
everybody's having internet problems, Lou. I think we're going to have to wrap it up.
I can hear you. Okay, you can't see me? I can hear you.
I can barely see you, and I can't understand a word that's coming out of your microphone there, so we're having troubles.
I'm sorry about that.
Maybe it's the rain, guys. We got the game in tonight. Kind of a miserable day. Lou, you're under the weather. Before I let you go, see if we can get it working for just a quick second. Maley, Ohtani, I just was trying to set you up for a nice, like serving it, volleying it. I said, Lou, what happens when you shut the Dodgers down to just 3 hits? You know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to have to score at least 5 somehow against Ohtani. And I think one thing we're going to have to figure out is Ohtani, is he going to hit or is he just going to pitch like last time? Okay,
Lou, I'm going to let you go because you're under the weather, and I know you have some internet problems on your end. So
no problem.
Okay, Lou, I'm really happy to see you, buddy. I missed you when I was away.
See you. Welcome back.
Thanks. See you tomorrow night, Lou.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, there's Lou Marsden. It's everybody's having internet problems today. We had Chardal having troubles. Lou having problems. Hopefully you can see me. I'm going to wrap it up, though. Let's say good night from Giant Sports Talk Live on a shorter edition than usual. Eric is heading back to Galt. He was at the ball game tonight with me. It was a big outing for Roop. He entered the game with 24 Ks on the year. That was actually more than Yamamoto. So, Roop, I'm starting to think at this point, I know it's early, but at what point am I going to start saying, wait a second, you can only say it's early so often and for so long when you just say, hey, Roop is right now the ace of our staff the way he's pitching. He's getting the job done. And Oliver agrees with me. He says, good luck tomorrow. We're going to need it going up against the Dodgers. Tomorrow's matchup, Tyler Mayley's 0-3 and Shohei Ohtani is 2-0. It's a 6:45 start. You can join me tomorrow morning. I will review everything that happened tonight. Hopefully the microphones will work in the morning. Give it time to calm down, get the internet rolling. And then we will be back after the game tomorrow night, Dodgers and the Giants, second of 3. And I want to personally, on the show tonight, guys, personally thank Robbie Dizzle. Robbie, coming through. He gets me the Robbie Dizzle special. I'm sitting at home plate tomorrow. Big game. He got me a ticket to the game. He says, "Are you going to the game?" I said, "I'm not sure." He goes, "Well, you are now, my guest." So, Robbie, I owe you super big time. It's a tough ticket, especially in that section. Appreciate all you do for the show. And you are one of many to make this a great program to be part of. I know I speak for Eric and Lou as well. 3-1 final. Giants win, baby. Giants win. We're back. We're back. See if I'm still as excited after tomorrow night's game. I'm just not sure if I will be.
You've been watching Giants Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.